Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and look at this continued move we've made to approximately $14,000. If you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel in the description below. So we're basically where we were a few days ago. Not a whole lot has changed, but we're coming in on yet another weekly close, here pretty soon. And so because of that, I think it's important to recognize the fact that Bitcoin is very bullish right now, and the nice thing is even with a retracement, it would still stay relatively bullish. Okay, if we just take a look at our 100 or our 20-week moving average, which is a 140-day moving average, and we show that on the chart, you can see that it's currently at approximately $10,800. So with that said, the price of Bitcoin has a pretty substantial, it has pretty substantial wiggle room right now in terms of a retracement. It could drop by 12, it could drop by 13% and still be relatively far from the 20-week moving average. The 20-week moving average currently is approximately 22% below the current price, or if you measure it the other way, the price is approximately 29% above the 20-week moving average. So Bitcoin certainly has a lot of wiggle room right now. As we said last week, because of the continued volatility of Bitcoin, it's given pause to a lot of altcoins. And it's because, as we mentioned before, when the price of Bitcoin is just moving up week after week, especially day after day, but if you're looking at it on a weekly time frame, this type of movement in general is not good for altcoins. We already know that this regime right here was terrible for altcoins because this was when Bitcoin was testing the 20-week. The reason why it was terrible, of course, is because historically speaking, when Bitcoin breaks through the 20-week on the weekly time frame, it tends to drop a lot further. And during this drop, altcoins tend to lose valuation not only against USD, but also against Bitcoin. So it means that a lot of altcoins lose valuation faster than Bitcoin does. Therefore, it's very risky to put money in altcoins at this phase. And then also, when Bitcoin starts pumping up, it's also very risky to put money into altcoins because they're likely to bleed against Bitcoin until Bitcoin cools off. So again, as we said before, this is good for altcoins. This is also good for altcoins. Well, until we dropped, right? So this was good for altcoins until we dropped. Now, if the price of Bitcoin were to come back down, and move sideways for a bit, this would likely be really great for altcoins. It might seem bearish for a little bit, right? Because if the price of Bitcoin is dropping by 12%, it probably means a lot of altcoins are dropping more. The nice thing is even if it does drop, it will still be fairly far away from the 20-week moving average, which again, as I said, could give or it'll give Bitcoin some breathing room to maintain its bullishness and give people the confidence to look at altcoins again, and we might see altcoins run a little bit again. Alternatively, if we continue to print weekly candle after weekly candle that is moving up, and if we go into a continued short-term bubble, then this means that altcoins will likely continue to bleed, and this is why I've said all along, the majority of my portfolio has been, and always will be, in terms of crypto, Bitcoin for the foreseeable future. Because during times where it tests the 20-week, during times where it goes down quickly, and during times when it goes up quickly, Bitcoin's where you want to be, and most of the rest of the market will bleed against it. There's a prime time for altcoins, and you need that specific catalyst, generally speaking, in a bull market to see Bitcoin above the 20-week moving average and moving sideways. Altcoins can also do very well after these big capitulations, well below the 200-week. That's a completely different story. We talked about that back then. We're in a completely different phase of the market cycle right now with Bitcoin above the 20-week moving average. So again, what we would want to see is Bitcoin moving sideways for a while, and sideways could be between 12 and 14K for a few months, and a lot of altcoins would likely run at that point if that happens. And we've spoken before many times, about the idea of these bunny hills that Bitcoin tends to have. Okay, and so far we are essentially tracking them. Imaginary lines don't really do the Bitcoin price justice by any means, of course. But if you just generally look at these local tops and these local bottoms, this is essentially the same course we've actually been on for the last like six months or so. And if we do continue this, right, we're just basically printing these little bunny hills where we go up. Sometimes we test the 20 week, sometimes we don't. During times like this, great for altcoins, drop to the 20 week, bad for altcoins. Okay, when Bitcoin's moving up, generally bad for altcoins. And if we print another bunny hill and come back down and then, continue our trend upwards, right, we'll just continue to rinse and repeat the cycle. So if you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Remember, you can check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. We also have the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. You get access to weekly reports, weekly videos, a risk dashboard, which is what I use to trade, as well as a premium Telegram alerts channel, which is where I put out pretty frequent candid thoughts on the market and a lot of times ideas of what I'm doing and that sort of stuff. So if you guys like it, check it out. You can pay with crypto for 12 months and get a 15% discount approximately. So check that out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel at the very least. Help me get to 50,000 subscribers, and I'll see you next time. Bye.